Assalamu alaikum everyone. How was your day? Inshallah you're fine. Just to make a quick revision, last time we said that we made this experiment using the bulb, battery and wires to figure out which materials are metals and non-metals. We figured out that wood and plastics, they will let the light off, so they are non-metals. We figured out that iron, pencil, I did not make this experiment because I don't have wires and batteries. I will send you a video to show you. So copper, pencil, not the wood, what is inside the pencil, the lead inside the pencil, and the iron are metallic. Today we will answer the last thing in our lesson, metals and non-metals. We will answer together activity 5.7. So I want you now to bring your notebooks. Write the name of the lesson, comparing metals and non-metals. We'll answer activity 5.7, page 122. Okay, yalla, let us read together. Grace and Rio carried out an investigation to find out if metals and non-metals are good or bad conductors of heat. Remember the word conductors, it means the heat and electricity can pass through them. Who can remember the opposite? Yes, it's insulator. Again, a conductor, here, conductor, materials can, electricity and heat can pass through them. Insulators, heat and electricity can't pass through them. Okay, so these two friends, they made an investigation. They want to find out which of them is a conductor, which of them is an insulator. So A, what did they do? Use rods made out of different materials, some metals and some non-metals. So they used different rods, wood, metal, plastic. Sticks, drawing pins along on rod using a small bit of candle wax. يعني miss, here, they brought a pen. This is a pen, okay? How did they stick it? With candles. They make this wax or candle, they melt it and they put it on the pen so to stick on it. So I made this for you. One for wood, one for metal, okay, and one on the plastic. And then they repeat this with other rods. Make sure you stick the drawing pins at the same distance. The drawing pins should be at the same distance. See? At the same distance. Okay, and then what did they do? They put the sticks in a hot water. I don't have it now. So they put each rod of these on a glass of hot water and they waited. They made A, B, and C on each rod. Okay? They waited until the rod, the pin A and B and C fell down. They made this experiment. Miss, if you don't understand, repeat what did I say and concentrate more. So they brought plastic rod, copper rod, wood and steel. I have three of them, the wood, the steel and the plastics. They waited the time, or they calculated the time for pin A to fill down. This is pin A. Okay? Type. For plastics, it took 15 seconds here. They measure it in seconds. It took 15 seconds. For copper, it took only 4 seconds. Not a lot of time. Wood, 32 seconds, a lot of time. So for the pin to fall. And for steel, it takes 8 seconds. Same for B. It took them يعني the same. Here 600 seconds. يعني it took them a lot of times. يعني seconds, 1 minute is 60 seconds. You can find maybe it took them 10 minutes for pen B to fall. طيب هلا from this, which of them takes less time for the pen to fall? Pen A to fall 4, right? يعني the copper, the heat moves fast. Here, suppose this is copper. When I put this in hot water, the heat in copper moves very fast. In only 4 seconds for the pen to fall. Okay? While who has the biggest number? Wood. It took the pen to fall 32 seconds. يعني the heat moves through wood very slowly until it reaches pin A. Okay, yalla, we will answer together. Okay, now let us answer the questions. A1. Other than the distance between the pins, we said that the distance between the pins should be equal. So as you remember, this is a controlled variable. Controlled variable. I have to make it fixed all my experiment. So what they made fixed, the distance. We made the distance between the pin and the rod fixed. The question says, name 3 control variables. There should be 3 controlled variables in our experiment. Go back to this picture. Now we are using the rod. This is the rod, okay? We made the distance, should make the distance between the 3 pins A, B, and C constant. What else should be fixed? Think. If I want to make a fair test, I have the wood, I have the steel, I have the plastic. How can I make it a fair test? I have the boiling point, the boiling water should have, the temperature of water should be fixed, right? Yani, if the temperature of water here is 100, when I use the wood, the temperature of water should be 100. When I use the steel, the temperature of water should be 100. When I use the plastic, also the temperature of water should be 100. So this is one variable, the temperature of water, right? طيب, what other variable should be constant? Look, is this a fair test when I used this rod of wood and this rod of plastic and this rod of metal? Is it a fair test? The thickness is the same. The thickness is not the same, right? Yani this wood is thick, this metal is not thick. So this is wrong. I should bring 3 rods of metal, of steel, wood, and plastic with the same thickness. يعني the same thickness, نفس الخمل. This is not correct because this is very thin and this is very thick. So what I have to keep constant is the thickness of the rod. So first, the water temperature, the thickness of the rod, and also I have to keep them all at the same temperature. Yani this should not be hot, and this is cold, and I start my experiment with all 3 have the different temperature. No, they should have the same temperature when I start my experiment. So again, we have to fix some variables. First thing that I have to fix in my experiment is the water temperature. Another thing is the temperature of the rod. A third thing is the distance between the pins. And the fourth thing, all the rods, when I start my experiment, should have the same temperature. So this is the answer. I want you to pause here, pause your mobile, and write the answer. What should be fixed? A control variable here, temperature of water, the thickness of the rod used, and the temperature of the rod. Okay, write it on your notebooks. A2. Why did the drawing pins fall off? Here, when I put the wood inside a hot water, why did the pen fall? Why did here the pen fall? Look here. The temperature of water, it's very hot. Now, if it's metal, the heat will pass through it. What will happen to this wax? It will melt, and then the pen will fall down, right? It's because the heat passes through the rod. Okay? Now, if it's a metal, the heat will pass very quickly. If it's a non-metal like wood, the heat will pass very slowly. This is the answer. Make a pause and write it on your notebook. When the heat of a boiling point moved along the rod, the wax that holds the pen, the wax اللي هي the candle, okay, الشمع, will melt and the pen will fall. Write this on your notebook. Last question. Draw conclusions. I have here some evidence, and I made an experiment. I have some evidence that the time of copper for the pen to fall is very short, only 4 seconds. And then steel, 8 seconds. And then plastic, 15 seconds. And then wood, 32 seconds. From these numbers, which of them is the best conductor? The heat passes through it very quickly. Copper, because the pen falls after 4 seconds. And then steel, and then plastic, and then wood. The question is, draw conclusion. Which material was the best conductor of heat? Go back here. We'll say it is copper, because it only takes 4 seconds for copper to let the pen fall. B. Are metals or non-metals the best conductors of heat? For sure, we have the metals, steel and copper. The heat can pass through them faster. So the answer is metals. C. Are some metals better conductors of heat than other metals? Look here. Copper and iron, these two are metals. Which of them is a better conductor? Think. Copper and iron and steel. For sure it's copper, because the time taken for the pen to fall down is less, only 4 seconds for the pen to fall down, while for steel it takes it 8 seconds. So the answer here, are some metals better conductors? Yes, I have an evidence. Copper is a better metal than steel. This is the answer for A3. Pause the video and copy these answers on your notebook. A. Copper is the best conductor. B. Metals are better conductors than non-metals. C. Yes, copper is a better conductor than here steel. Steel, not iron. Okay, so these are the answers. If you did not understand, please ask me any question. And before we end up, I think you read this. يا أيها الإنسان
يجب أن نتعلم أن الإنسان أبدع مخلوق خلقه الله تعالى. تعلموا أن الإنسان يمتلك طاقات كبيرة وقوة خفية أودعها الخالق فينا، ونحن نحتاج فقط أن نزيل عنا غبار التقصير والكسل. تعلموا كيف أن تمحوا من قواميسكم الكلمات السلبية مثل لا أستطيع، لست ناجحا، ولكن رددوا باستمرار: أنا أستحق الأفضل، أنا مبدع، أنا ممتاز، أنا أستطيع. فأنت أيها الإنسان أقدر مما تتصور، وأقوى مما تتخيل، وأذكى مما تعتقد. إذ قال الله تعالى: الذي أتقن كل شيء خلقه. وبما أن ربنا سبحانه وتعالى خلقنا وهو المتقن في خلقه، فإذا أنت من خلق الله، فأنت دائما لازم أحكي مع نفسي بطريقة صح: أنا ذكية، أنا ممتازة. بإذن الله كلنا لازم نتكلم مع نفسنا بكلام إيجابي. Okay girls, okay, take care of yourselves, have a nice vacation, bye.